All right. Welcome. Those of you joining me on Zoom, those of you joining on YouTube after the fact, or those of you joining me on Facebook right now. Hope you're having a good one. I'm Aaron Lahman and excited to have you join me for this breath, feelings, essential oils, and meditation class. This will be about a 30-minute class. And yeah, just excited to be on the journey with you. Our Living Well Now team over this last, 12-ish years have been intentional about just teaching people about a variety of body, mind, spirit wellness modalities, specifically utilizing Young Living's essential oils and products. I am not a doctor or healthcare professional, so I'm not here to prescribe or cure or recommend cures. I'm just here to share a little bit about, about how the essential oils have supported me and how meditation and breath and feelings awareness has supported me over the years. So on that note, let's go into starting with breath. So let's just begin with a couple deep breaths. Those of you who are live on Facebook, again, thanks for joining. I can't interact with you because I don't have that stream up anywhere. But I appreciate you being here, whether you hang out for a little bit or the whole event. But yeah, let's just start with some breath, a few deep breaths. So just coming into this place. I don't know if you've ever seen a baby and the way they breathe. They're nice. Their bellies expand out, right? And so in the yoga world, call them belly breaths. And so we're really focusing on breathing in to our belly, and then it comes up into our chest and our lungs, versus like that breath. We're just really being intentional about breathing into our bellies. Good. Just coming into this moment, acknowledging what a phenomenon, what a miracle it is to get to breathe and hang out on this earth. Thank you, ocean, right? Thank you, ocean. Thank you, trees. Thank you, phytoplankton in all of the oceans. Maybe you've read what I've read, but about 70% of the oxygen available on the earth is from the phytoplankton from the oceans. So quite phenomenal. This breath, right? So we're interconnected. Every time we breathe, we're like connecting to the ocean, connecting to the trees. We're also connecting to the desert sands. Watch this this documentary special, and it talked about how the sand in the Sahara over in Africa, the Sahara Desert, that sand during one part of the year, the wind like blows sand up across the oceans and it lands on the Amazon. And that sand is critical to the health and vibrant energy of the Amazon. So again, as we breathe in, just getting into touch with that connection to all of this, this earth that we're living on, right? Feeling our connection to this earth, feeling the support of the earth, and marveling at the opportunity to be here. So research continues to show that just taking the time to breathe intentionally can really be a game changer for our body, mind, spirit wellness. It has been seen through research and studies that as we practice being more intentional with our breath, we'll have increased comfort, relaxation, pleasantness, vigor and alertness, and also reduce symptoms of arousal, anxiety, depression, anger, and confusion. I don't know about you. One of the times where I find myself most intentionally breathing is when my mind is overstimulated. I think that's a good word, overstimulated. So lots of stimuli in a day, through all the different spaces and places and people and jobs and work settings and family systems that we're a part of, right? Friends that we have, lots of stimuli. And so just slowing down and taking a couple deep breaths throughout the day, just kind of occasionally just touching base with ourselves and with that breath. And I do find that this is one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about sharing Young Living essential oils with the world, is because when we put oils in the diffuser, when we just pull the oil out of our bag or our backpack or our purse, and just take a couple deep breaths. If you have an oil with you, if you're watching and you happen to have some essential oils with you, grab a favorite. Right? Just slowing down and getting back in touch with this miracle and this breath and our connection to the earth. So just feeling that. Okay. Dr. Andrew Huberman is, if you haven't heard of him, definitely highly recommend checking out his YouTube channel and his podcast, The Huberman Lab. He does a lot of work. He's at Stanford Medical Center. And I just love this description. He calls this, if you're wanting a place to start with regard to breath work goes. I mean, you could pop on YouTube and be like, breath work class, 10-minute breath work class. There's a lot of different options as far as accessing guidance with regard to breath and connecting to our breath. So Dr. Andrew Huberman talks about this physiological sigh, because some people don't want to use the word yogic or call it breath work. And so they've studied this physiological sigh. And so it's a deep nasal inhale. So you're going, and then a second brief nasal inhale, and then a full exhale via the mouth. So let's try it again. So deep inhale through the nose. One more little one through your nose. And then an exhale through the mouth. Deep nasal inhale. A little bit more through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Do a couple more on your own. So this Stanford Medical Lab that's practiced and done some studies with the physiological sighs have shown that when done deliberately, this is one of the fastest ways to de-stress and to improve your mood and also to lower your heart rate. No tradition or lab owns this breathing pattern. Mother Nature holds the patent, right? And again, that's that reminder, right? Every time we're breathing in the oceans, we're breathing in the trees, we're breathing in the desert sands, we're breathing in our connection to the earth. So, which for me, just that visual, that thought is like very grounding for me. It really pulls me down into the earth and brings the energy out of the brain down into the body, into the breath, and into the earth and our connection to the earth. All right, so that's breath. The next zone that we'll talk a little bit about is feelings. And I happened to be raised by two counselors. My mom actually was called the feelings lady. And so I was forever encouraged to feel my feelings. So if I came home from a day and I was feeling overwhelmed, I got to process through that during dinner time or maybe in the car on the way to a soccer practice. But there was always this encouragement from both of my parents to just feel the feelings. If I was feeling angry or stressed out or happy or sad or any of these emotions, and you can see this beautiful visual if you're following along on the video exhausted, hysterical, withdrawn, weepy, um, gratitude, grateful, right? So lots of different feelings throughout a day. Oftentimes we're just like, are you happy? Are you sad? Or are you in the middle? And perhaps showing up and kind of really getting clear on what feelings we're having and experiencing can really be a gift to ourselves, right? We can show up for that feeling. Um, and I will say, there's a lot of research, and those of you who have been in this mind, body, spirit world, wellness world for a while, there is a lot of research about the power of the mind and how that mind impacts the body, right? And so when we're showing up with peaceful, positive, gratitude, like emotions of joy, right? Our cells are feeling that, right? Our cells are feeling that. Our cells, our body's feeling that. It's impacting our whole body. And so there is research. There's clear research on the mind impacting the body, right? I know specifically my low back gets snugged up when I am extra stressed in the financial realm. Like my low back will seize up. And so maybe your body also talks to you when you're feeling certain feelings, when you're having certain thoughts. And so it's just kind of paying attention. We're all unique and different, right? Your body will communicate to you. And I think for me, as I've kind of been sorting through this whole world of mind body and mind body wellness, I think the big thing for me is like, I do want to show up for gratitude. I do choose to show up for joyful things. I do choose to show up with hope and gentleness, and right. I do choose these more positive, um, warm, fuzzy emotions. Right. I do choose that, and also I really do need to show up for these other emotions, these other energies, right? Because when I'm feeling sad, the other night, my wife and I were watching a movie, and it was bringing up a lot of grief for me with regard to having said goodbye to my mom about a year ago. Here in about 10 days, it's been a year since my mom transitioned and passed, and so we watched this movie together, right? And I'm like feeling all these feelings, and I'm like, I love it. I really want to show up for that grief and that sadness and that hurt and that just missing, right? Missing my mom. And also, I needed to take little breaks during the movie. So after about like every 20 minutes, I would say, all right, can we just hit pause for a little bit? Because I was like loving getting to feel my feelings and really being brought into that space. But pausing was kind of nice for me to have a little bit of a decompress, then come back in, hit play again, and feel it some more. So again, encouragement to you, just as you navigate this journey of the positive, negative, all these feelings, right? This is all part of this human experience. Like I wasn't born just positive, happy, and peaceful all the time, right? And also when I'm focusing on peaceful things and reading peaceful things and consuming peaceful, positive things, this is really a blessing to my whole being. And also, I find that as I show up for these other feelings, that is also a gift to myself and to my healing and to my wellness. So smells are handled by the olfactory bulb, the structure in the front of the brain that sends information to the other areas of the body's central command for further processing. And odors actually take a direct route to the limbic system, including the amygdala and the hippocampus, which are the regions related to emotion and memory. And so scents and smells often will trigger various feelings. Maybe you've had that today. My wife had made herself a coffee, and I walked into the house. I had been out for a bit, walked into the house, and I was like, oh my gosh, it takes me back to my grandma's house, right? And the feelings of being at grandma and grandpa's house in Indiana. And so just paying attention, right, to feelings and how feelings and scents, right, essential oil scents, they can like the oils can be a way to show up for our feelings, right? And that's why I love this feelings kit, which we'll dive into here in a little bit, because it's such a great way to show up for the variety of feelings that we each have throughout a day, throughout a week, throughout a year, throughout a lifetime. Again, the National Institute of Health, there has been research. There's a link between an upbeat mental state and improved health. So including lower blood pressure, reduced risk for heart disease, healthier weight, better blood sugar levels, and longer life. Again, I'm not stamping a guarantee, but there is research out there, right? There is research out there that as we choose a more grateful mindset, a more hopeful, joyful, positive mindset, that will impact our bodies. And also, we all know at some point we will say adios to these physical bodies and transition. So here's to you finding your way with your feelings, right? At the end of the day, what you're walking through, what each of us is walking through is so unique and so different. And if we zoomed in on any of our lives, it's like, what a trip each of us has been on, right? What a journey each of us has lived up till this moment. And so showing up for our feelings can look so different. And I just would invite all of us to, maybe it's journaling is a way where we can show up for our feelings. Maybe it's nature time where we can show up for our feelings. Maybe it's in a friendship or finding a safe person where we can process. Maybe it's finding a counselor or a therapist or a coach. Right? So many different possibilities is how we can show up for our feelings. Maybe it's stretching or dancing, moving our bodies, singing. I've heard a lot of people talk about singing being an incredible way to allow motions through and out. And so here's to each of us finding our way and showing up for our various feelings that show up in our days. So essential oils are the lifeblood of a plant, and when these plants are grown in the right conditions, harvested at the correct time, and distilled with the utmost care, they can aid in keeping our bodies healthy, well, and happy. Essential oils are composed of teeny molecules, and these molecules are so small that they can pass through our tissues and directly into our cells. And our systems are super effective and can transport these molecules all over our bodies within a matter of minutes. So why Young Living? In fact, it's actually been 29 years of industry leadership and integrity. Young Living has 25 seed to seal farms around the world. So, and which is just amazing to be able to go see the farms and see the seed to seal promise in action is such a gift. They're an industry leader with their testing done in triplicate. They have over 20 different tests in-house and third party. Currently have 600 life-changing products and members in 100 countries around the globe. And Young Living also has the Young Living Foundation, which is a beautiful nonprofit organization and where they do a lot of work in communities around the United States and around the world. And I would highly recommend just looking that up, Young Living Foundation, if you're curious to see about the projects that they do. So the seed to seal promise is just telling us that the time the seed gets planted in the ground to the time they bottle it up, seal it up, that whole process is done in the best of the best ways, right? It's a beyond organic method, right? That we know that we're getting the blend harmony here, right? The oils that are in this, we know we're getting seed to seal quality oils, which means it's the best of the best. So how to use oils? Most folks spend most of their time doing topical and aromatic. I would say most people do topical and aromatic when it comes to using their oils. Topical would just mean, this is Harmony oil. It would just mean, okay, put a little drop on my wrist, right? Bottle's getting low. Put a little drop on my wrist, rub them together, Maybe rub that on the back of my neck. Breathe it in a little bit, but topically applying, you can apply the oils to your skin. If you are brand new, I do recommend just taking baby steps, right? One drop goes a very long way. And different oils and different bodies, right? We all have different skin and sensitivities. So just as you're diving in, if you are brand new, just be aware of that. I wouldn't say dive into the deep end. I would just dive in like, okay, let me see how the lavender oil, how my skin responds to topical application. I would also maybe say, if you are brand new, find like a carrier oil. Young Living has some massage oils that you can pick from. You could also get an organic coconut oil, organic jojoba oil, to use as your like carrier oil. And then you could just put a little coconut oil and then a drop of the lavender, and then massage that onto the back of your neck before bed or onto your feet before bed for relaxation. So that's topical application. Aromatic, as we said earlier, just breathing from the bottle is a gift to our whole bodies. Sometimes we think we got to do some dance and massage it on correctly. And it's like, no, just literally breathing from the bottle is an incredible gift to our whole being. So also putting oils in a diffuser. You can also do room sprays. And so just breathing them in the air. And then the last one is internal and dietary. And so if you are curious about using Young Living oils in that way, just look up Young Living Vitality Oils, Vitality, Vitality Oils, and it'll just tell you a little bit about the different oils that are Vitality oils, which means I could put a drop of the lemon Vitality in a big glass of water and enjoy the flavors and the benefits of that. All right, so let's dive into the Feelings Kit. We'll spend most of the rest of this class just kind of diving into these Feelings Kit oils. This is my absolute favorite. I promise, not even a doubt. This is my absolute favorite product that Young Living has, the Feelings Kit, this Feelings collection. And as we go through these next 6 slides, feel free to screenshot any of them if you just want to like keep tabs on these different 6 oils, these 6 different oils. And I would just also invite you, if you do end up choosing to order the Feelings Kit collection at any point, find your way with it. I mean, you might spend a month with each of these oils, right? I mean, you might get it this winter and like start in January and be like, you know what? I really just want to deep dive into Harmony oil, or I want to deep dive into Valor oil, and whatever that means to you, right? It could mean like you diffuse it while journaling. It could mean you put a drop on before prayer or meditation or yoga or a workout. So again, I just invite you to find your way with the Feelings Kit. I have chosen to do like little mini meditations with it. And so we'll just do a mini meditation here. If you are curious, I just did one on the Living Well Now Instagram the other day. So if you are on Instagram, you could go to Living Well Now and check it out there for a more extensive, deeper drop-in. This will just be kind of the mini version. So starting with present time, again, most of us, a lot of time, the brain can be rocking past, future, past and future. And so this present time oil, such a reminder to just come back into right here, right now. It's Thursday. Well, where I live, it's Thursday. It's 4:25 p.m. I'm sitting on a couch. My skin, I'm a little warm. I probably could have just worn the t-shirt underneath this long sleeve. Right, just coming into the moment, kind of paying attention to your surroundings and where you're at right now. Just allowing the mind to calm as we come into this moment here and now. So present time is a wonderful oil just to like ground, to find the earth again, to find your breath again. find the present moment again, right? Versus constantly thinking about next week and what's coming next week or what happened last week, which is beautiful to vision and it's beautiful to remember and reflect, right? These are also amazing gifts of the mind. But present moment, like, whoa, right here, right now, just us hanging out, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, here on Zoom with me, right? We were right here, right now, hanging out. And this is such a gift. So thanks for being here with me. The next oil is valor or valor, which means bravery, courage, strength. Old English, Spanish, valor, bravery, courage, strength. This oil is incredibly grounding. It's woodsy. It's got, I think it's Northern Lights black spruce. Yep, black spruce, blue tansy, frankincense in this one. So with this oil, I love to just recall and remember and be with the resilient beings that we are. So as you're breathing this one in, you're just saying, hey, I see you, you resilient being. I see you. You are a resilient being. Again, we've all had different lives up till now, different ups and downs and over and arounds. And we're just acknowledging ourselves right now and just saying, wow, you really are a resilient being, a courageous being. And then we're asking ourselves, is there a zone in our life where we desire more courage, where we need more strength and bravery? Maybe a dream you're going after, maybe a business you're launching, maybe a wellness habit you're starting, maybe a relationship challenge you're walking through. We're just inviting that courage, that resilience, that strength to expand in that zone, in that relationship, in that part of our lives. The next oil is release, and release and forgiveness are the next two oils. And release is just a check-in. This is a check-in. And this is why I say you could spend a month with release oil or longer, right? Because for me, release, when I'm thinking about release or I'm breathing in release, I'm just asking myself, all right, in this current moment, what has been blocking my joy? What has been blocking my peace? What has been blocking my contentment? What has been blocking my authenticity, my vulnerability? Are they belief systems? Are they daily habits? Are they thought patterns? Are they programs that I got from childhood? Right? And just kind of taking notice. And maybe it's sitting with a journal in this oil and just kind of like, all right, what are the habits? What are the thought habits? What are the action, like the daily habits that I'm choosing that are not bringing more joy, more love, more gentleness, more life to my life? So again, release oil is all about, right? All these oils, all of this body, mind, spirit wellness journey is so unique because we're all so different and have been through so many things. And yes, we're all bonded and we're connected by our breath and our connection to the earth and are connected energetically, spiritually. And also when it comes to our unique healing process, our unique wellness process, it looks different. And so here's to you exploring what belief systems are no longer bringing life to your life, what thought patterns, daily habits, programs are you ready to release? And sometimes in order to release, it requires a little bit of a chit chat with forgiveness. And so, now just breathing in and whatever that means to you, right? Having a conversation with forgiveness. Where am I in need of forgiveness? Who have I not forgiven yet? Am I ready to forgive that person or that thing that happened? You know, sometimes when we carry resentment, right? We can carry resentment on our shoulder. It can weigh us down. And so it's just, again, having the conversation. Is that resentment? Is that anger that I'm carrying? Is it something I want to keep carrying? Or am I ready to release and forgive it a little bit, or a lot, or in full, right? So again, here's to your journey, your conversation with forgiveness. Forgiving somebody else, forgiving yourself, forgiving something that happened. And the final two oils are harmony and inner child. And harmony is a great one. I think after those, the release and forgiveness can feel a little bit heavy, if I'm real honest. Those can feel a little heavier, a little more like, what do I got to, I got to, yeah, what belief systems are helping me? What's not serving me, right? That could feel a little heavy. So I like harmony after all of that. It's just a nice reminder, right? To bathe in harmony, right? To bathe myself. And again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but bathing myself in harmony, bathing myself in tranquility. Bathing myself in calm, peaceful energy. And thinking about, all right, what part of my life, what relationship right now, what connection, what scenario in my life do I choose to breathe more harmony into, more tranquility into? We're doing a building project here at our property, and for me, breathing harmony, harmonious energy into all of the workers and contractors and everybody who's working on that project. Sometimes I can feel a little stressed about it. And it's like breathing in harmony and imagining harmony filling those people's lives, all of those individuals who are doing that work. So again, perhaps you want to do something similar. And the last blend is inner child. And for me today, we'll just do a brief. Inner child is like just saying, and again, you could read books on inner child. You can watch 3-hour YouTube videos on inner child healing or inner child work. For me, inner child, we're going to close this one with, what's little Aaron? What's right? Little Tanya, what's right? The little person inside of you, what are they yearning for more of? What are they excited about? What are they wanting to explore, experience, or try? Right? Maybe it's like not touching your phone for the first hour of your day. Maybe the inner child, like the little kid inside, is just like, I don't want to get online right when I wake up. I'm throwing this out. This is one that I'm currently processing and choosing to shift. So my inner child wants me to like go outside and like see nature, feel the nature around me, right? My inner child wants me to like maybe turn on some of my favorite music, or maybe just sing or hum. Right? Lots of options. So just kind of explore, what's your inner child desire more of? Does it want you to sing in the shower again? Remember when you used to sing in the shower? Today I was vacuuming, and I used to sing a lot when I would vacuum, and today I was like, I haven't done it a lot lately. And so today I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to sing a little bit. So again, what is that little inner child desire more of in this next week, in this coming weekend? Maybe it's some quiet time. Maybe it's a good cry, right? Maybe the inner child just needs to cry because it's been feeling sad. And maybe the inner child wants you to start coloring again, or painting again, or just sitting in the yard again and not having your phone. Who knows? But here's to you and your unique conversation with these 6 oils and 6 concepts, right? So again, I'm Aaron Lahman, part of the Living Well Now leadership team. You can find me on Instagram, Aaron.Lahman, and also Our Healing Voices, and then also the Living Well Now Instagram. So you're welcome to pop over to that and check out a fuller meditation. Again, you don't have to have the Feelings Kit oils, right? You could have 6 of your favorite oils. Maybe there's some emotional support oils that you love, right? There are so many, right? There's gratitude, there's gathering, there's surrender. There's so many great emotional support oils. So maybe you already have one, and you want to just be intentional about taking some deep breaths, doing some journaling, meditating a little bit, praying a little bit. So again, I'll close this with a little bit about Young Living. Those of you who are brand new, for a lot of us, we spend a lot of time just transfer buying. So instead of my going to CVS or Walgreens or Target, I'm looking and seeing what Young Living's website has available to me, right? So Thieves Whitening Toothpaste, Thieves Foaming Hand Soap, Thieves Household Cleaner, right? What else? They've got a CBD line. They've got supplements, Super Vitamins, Super Chewable C is another one I love. I think it's Super Chewable, or maybe I'm making that up. No, it's definitely Super Chewable C is one of my favorites. So it's kind of looking at all of the product options. Again, I haven't used them all. Maybe think about the main focus is, what are my wellness goals, right? What are your wellness goals? And then kind of identifying, like, you know what? I just want to start with the Feelings Kit, or I want to start with the oils in the diffuser, or I want to start with the Ningxia Red and start diving into some more immune system, nutritional support products. So find your way. Talk to the person who invited you to this call. Talk to your friend who you're doing oils alongside, or practice, using the oils alongside. And you can choose to be on loyalty rewards, which is what I do. My wife and I have done now for the last, I think, 11 years ish. And we just get a wellness box every month. And so we just update our order each month. And because we've been on it for 10 years, we get 25% back in points. But you'll see, if you're following along with the graphics, in that first 3 months, you get 10% back. Months 4 to 24, you get 20% back in points. And then 24 and beyond, or 24 and beyond, or 25 and beyond is the 25% back. And so they also give some really great little gifts each month when you are on loyalty rewards, depending upon how much you order. Yeah, and you get those points back as long as you're ordering 50 PV or more each month. So definitely an amazing option if you are wanting to visualize some wellness transformations over this next 6 to 12 to 24, 48 months. Maybe loyalty rewards is a path you want to choose. Again, our Living Well Now team, we're doing our best to show up and support all of us to just continue to say yes to our body, mind, spirit wellness, and yes to learning, and yes to curiosity. We have a great Facebook group for all customers, whether you're sharing Young Living or if you're a customer and just enjoying the products. But we would love to have you join that if you haven't joined the Living Well Now lifestyle group yet. And then we also have a brand partner group, which is more for those of you who are visioning some sort of a business, and you'd like to share these products and these oils with other people. So again, be sure to check in with whoever invited you to this call, or to watch this YouTube channel, or however you might have landed on this on Facebook. Just check in with whoever you know that's in the Young Living world, or that's a part of this Living Well Now team. And and definitely feel free to reach out to me, Aaron Lahman, if I can be supportive. All right. Big love to you on your journey. Thanks for being here, and have a beautiful rest of your week, and have a lovely weekend.